Vice Principal, teachers, some of you here present know Divine Hopewell.
Yes, please.
Seated beside her are parents, Mr. and Mrs. Hopewell. Hopewells here are aggrieved and agitated. Mr. Hopewell called me over the phone yesterday to report a strange ordeal that befell their daughter.
Strange ordeal?
Yes, because of the sensitivity of this case, I had to call this emergency meeting. If not for how much persuading and pleadings I made to him, he would have gone to the police, and that would not have been good for us. It would have given our school a bad name, create a bad reputation in the public, and likely get someone here in trouble. Well, let's cut to the chase here. Mr. Hopewell, over to you, please.
Thank you for having us. My 15-year-old daughter is a smart, outspoken and brave child. She will be bold enough to tell her parents, the teachers and principal what happened herself. Needless to say, it will be better to hear from the horse's mouth itself instead of having a case like where it seems they were making up stories. Right?
Yes, Eddie?
Will you let the principal and teachers know what transpired on the way back from school the previous day?
Yesterday, when I was returning from school, Mr. Douglas here took all learners to their various homes and took me to his house thereafter. That was already suspicious and strange to me, as I used to be the fifth learner to be dropped after school hours. When we got to a certain place, he stopped the school bus and ordered me to come with him. I asked him what we were doing there, and he said this was his house, that he needed to pick up something and then drop me at home. And so I told him to pick what he wanted to pick while I wait for him in the school bus. He said it wasn't safe for him to leave me alone, that I may get kidnapped, and that will get him into trouble by my parents and the management of the school. And so I followed him, as I have heard many kidnapping stories by my mommy and in the news too. When we got inside his house, he gave me an ice cream and a biscuit. He told me to sit on the couch, and so I did. And then he sat so close to me and placed his arm around my shoulder. I felt so uncomfortable and told him I was scared. He told me he wouldn't harm me anyway. And he said I was a very pretty girl. Thereafter, he made me promise not to tell my parents, and then he took me home. Immediately when I got home, I told my mommy, and thereafter she told my daddy. That's the end of my story.
Oh my word, disgusting.
Wow. Okay, it's been orderly here. Let's hear from the driver. Douglas, what do you have to say in all of this?
There's nothing to say. I think this child is hallucinating. I beg your pardon.
You defiled my daughter, you animal. And instead of apologizing, you sit there like a retard and say she's hallucinating? You even threatened to kill her?
You even threatened to kill her? No, you did. Yes, you did. You did. You did. What do you do, huh? Are you daring me her? Huh?
That's enough, Mr. Hopewell. Douglas, please let's all be seated. Mr. Hopewell, trust me, I know how you feel. But I'm assuring you that justice will be served. Back to you, Mr. Douglas. Are you claiming that you didn't in any way abuse, molested, or have common knowledge what this innocent learner here, Divine Hopewell.
And oh, no! I do not have any knowledge of what she's talking about. Yes, you did. Matter of fact, I don't even know what's going on here. You did.
Okay then, we shall have to call the police then.
Fine by me. Besides, there's no evidence approving of it. This child is talking rubbish.
How rude can you be, Douglas? You're despicable. Your disgusting attitude is about to make me puke.
I have no words for you, old woman.
What? Old woman? How rude! Can you hear me, Madam Principal? I think it's about time we call the police to take away this rapist and this child molester.
I'm right here. Bring the police.
Enough of your nonsense, Douglas. Please, Madam Vice Principal, call the police.
With all pleasure.
Please, let's wait a minute before inviting the police. I'd like to ask Divine something.
Snap it up, because I'm very upset as it is.
Okay, ma'am, I'll be brief. Divine,
Yes, Uncle Matt?
do you remember the day Uncle Douglas took you to his house?
Yes, Uncle Matt. It was the day before yesterday.
Mr. Douglas,
Yes.
just the day before yesterday, I remember you returned to the school late with the bus. I still remember asking you why you were so late. I was waiting for you before I could go home. All you told me was you had to go out somewhere, and also there was busy in traffic. You were busy in traffic.
Yes. Remember. Mister, remember. That was all that happened. My story didn't change. I used the school bus to get somewhere. And because I just came late. Nothing changed. Nothing more, nothing less.
Mr. Hopewell? Douglas, could you call an ambulance, please? Somebody call an ambulance. Just put his head down. Put his head down. Daddy, just call an ambulance.
Daddy, wake up, please. What's happening?
He's gonna be okay. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Is somebody calling an ambulance?
Please wake up, please.
Is somebody calling an
Can
ambulance?
someone please call an ambulance? Please.
Mr. Hopewell?
Mr. Hopewell?
Mr. Hopewell? Is he okay?
Mr. Hopewell,
Oh no, man.
does anybody know CPR?
Oh my word. Oh, is he okay? Did you hear me? No.
Need an ambulance?
Is he breathing?
He's calling.
Please say he's breathing.
Oh, is he breathing?
He's just unconscious, but it's very light.
Who is Douglas here?
Yes.
What was that for?
Having my daughter.
Right?
Excuse me, please. Who are you and who is your daughter?
I'm Kim Harrison. Hope.
Are you the mother of Hope Harrison in grade 10?
Yes. And this is my colleague, Detective Sam, and we are here to arrest this lunatic and put him behind bars.
Good.
We are pleased to have you here. Here is another learner who is a victim. He even engaged in a fight with her father. And the man seems to be dead because he's not moving.
I see. Detective,
Ma'am,
do your job.
well done. Hey, stop being racist.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Take him to jail.
Yes, arrest him.
Yes, ma'am.
Mister, you're under arrest for rape and possible murder. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. If you don't have one or can't afford one, one will be issued to you. Now, move your ass.
Yes.
Yes.
Some.
Yes.
Oh, not